Ya va a ser que ya. Está show, please. How many of us here? Thank you so much. So, suicide prevention. So, who are these people? That is what we are teaching from because statistics show this is one of the causes. This is the death. And for some reason, somewhere the county, this county, at a particular time, we are saying address due to suicide. And out of the 12, 9 so maybe after just give us a talk and we get some time, we get to see what are some of these just like what I want to do with some of guys that have been affected in one way or another. I still remember 2 years ago, when I was in the one of the church member, the sister is still in the and you could tell family issue. So even sometimes or we encounter because the good thing is they can prevent us like what we do. The other incident is of a classmate and schoolmates. Now in the village, I come from a village, where you have a primary school, you find that almost the whole family, children of one family will be schooling in the same primary school. Maybe in your first school. Okay? So, but I had one. And then in the evening, primary school, somehow a word reached us that something is happening in the home. And I remember standing at the ground, we all marched together. Very rapidly, to say some time, just the only difference is just, there was just a road, just like someone living here and another living across the gate. So that is, this is village A and that one is village B. So we went there. What I still remember, I think it was traumatizing me, is seeing a police. So when we inquired, we got to know this lady for something they had from this one from the living young kids. So you can imagine the life of this people. Maybe what about it, or even a shop. Someone has just subbed. As you're there waiting, as a man, maybe you're waiting for your wife now to come get the utensils, etc. You call out, nothing, only go check and see. It can be very. And so we have a great deal there. You see the police. As a kid, you can't forget. Even at my age, I can still forget that. So you can look this one. You may not know the face, and I don't know the face. But some of the things that are happening say that when you keep it to yourself, you know, sometimes you start thinking and feel that you don't want this, or you feel that nobody likes you. But what you are emphasizing on now is the prevention. Having a sitting like this, talking it over, us engaging in some activity so that you don't keep to and you keep to yourself. That's what you start having society. You start and some people they want to see like somebody saying it's one of the signs. One is sign. Or when you talk to somebody, they hear them say or expressing things like they are a burden to their people. That person, you know, take why is this person saying she's a burden? So it's like in a way, this person is trying to say, if I leave now, I'm no longer be a burden to my people. Another way, another one is when they start giving I'm saying things, items. You know very well this person loves this dress, for example, and for no reason from life, let this take it. And this is a person who maybe, if he ever touched that dress, she would really quarrel. But for some reason, she just decides to dish out such price item. That's another way. And today I was thinking and saying, sometimes just like for the ladies, or at least when you are going out, you hear somebody say, is it true when you take this and this concoction and procure an abortion? And it's like they're looking for ways, wanting to know ways of procuring an abortion. And so if you again you get to hear somebody kind of asking some questions that's like, which is the fastest, the best way of committing suicide? Don't just take it like that. That's a warning sign. Why is this person? And from statistics again, what is happening, men choose very lethal methods. When you come back, react to most faith. For the ladies, most cases that we have read about, you find that sometimes you say, I think maybe we are certain to take some sleeping things or the overdose, go away. So I know if someone has ever attempted So sometimes we fear talking about this, but in fear, we are in a way directly encouraging because it's like nobody goes. But when they make them do, so I want to while reading this, and let it not stop. Let's keep talking throughout the night, and not just listening. Fear for fear, this is just a pattern. Continue. When we look into the calendar, we realize there are many days that we live in March. That is the region. So be at the forefront. Get to know that talent so that we create awareness to address it. Because we could be sitting there, they could be sitting there and suffering. But we have to take it as a mission that God has given us something to do. You know, when you leave teaching, you say, at least I got it. And that is really something. Let us know where we can assist and what we need to get as done. And I thank you so much for attending.
Thank you very much, our Dean of Students, Madam Sophie Chibuaga, and thank you for adhering to the color code or color theme. So we have two more people that I would want to speak before I do. Violet, you're welcome. Say hi to us. Tell us one.
I just say thank you. Let us know where you are working. Again, we didn't hear.
Magdalena from Science Department class. School of Agriculture, and Environment Sciences. So today we are very lucky. We are not just students here, we also have members of staff who have taken this very seriously and they are here with us, right? So allow me to introduce another dean. Today we are lucky, we have two deans here. One is the Dean of Students, the other one is the Dean, one of the newest deans of the schools, the School of Agriculture, Art and Environmental Science, right? Dr. Anne Kelly Kambura, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Anne. Anne and I, we refer to ourselves as twins because we share too many good things, and we are on a journey to grow together. So I've never attended this function again. So when I saw the poster, I said as much as I was supposed to be in Gereni today, I needed to sit here with her and support her and listen to her as she speaks to us. And now that I have learned there is somebody called Faith, who is, I think, in charge of the peer-to-peer. Do you have any recruits in Gereni, School of Agriculture? You have such a club? Then I thought you will have invited my students. And all this issue of suicide prevention only affects male campus.
You wanted
So-
it to be online, so anyway, yeah, I
Yeah,
get it.
so in future, I really desire that now that she said I'm the new dean, I really desire that even my school there, students may have a chance to participate and be part of this team. And as we grow together, we'll be impacting each other together. Every time I hear about suicide, there's one story that really makes me feel so bad. Because I'm in a group where one day a post was done, I think 2 years ago, about a certain girl in a certain high school, because they put on a green uniform, green sweaters, green skirts, and white shirts. And one day, a story was shared on this page that the girl was struggling with the grandparents, and she was telling them, please remove me from this school. And these grandparents were like, can you create your own school? Can you build your own school? So one day the girl asked for a leave out. She went home, and while the grandparents were thinking the girl is sleeping, that night she got into the water tank and of course drowned herself in the water tank. And they kept on waiting the following morning, this girl is not waking up. That is the time they realized now at midnight, this girl did not wake up, and they started looking for her. She was nowhere. And you know, it's very difficult to imagine she is in the water tank. And in short, of course, we lost the girl. Sometimes, as they are talking about triggers and signs and symptoms, every time someone is telling you, please do this for me. Sometimes they can choose, if you can't do it, let me just punish you. so that you never go through the same again. So as peer counselors, listen to your friends, check on them once in a while. If they are struggling, just don't assume, don't ignore that it is common for all the comrades. Show up, give them a chance, listen to them, and let them know that there is a reason for each one of us to be there tomorrow, and this other space for everyone. You don't have to do other than your GPA comes. So I'm happy. I welcome you to come to the ready. Come and cut those ones also. I'll be happy to welcome you. Thank you.
Wow, this one is a blessed gathering, and I'm really happy that our friends have gone before us. So I want to open the floor for any person who wants to be vulnerable. I've just told us that vulnerability is a strength. What is vulnerability? Vulnerability is being open to share about things that are a bit sensitive and private that you would not otherwise tell other people. So, kawaida unaona kama this one is just supposed to be mine. I'll only share it with people who care, with people who love me, with people who will maybe say something about it. So, I will go first. And you're welcome to be vulnerable with me. All right? Okay, so how old do I look? Let's start there. How old do I look? Hey, how old do I look? Just to approximate my age. 38. Wow, nice. So she thinks I'm 38 years old. How old do I look?
29.
Sorry?
29.
49. 29. Hey, so cute. She says I look 29. How old do I look? Nice. Okay, how old do I look? 33 to 37. Okay, you've chosen to play safe, eh? Alright. I'm 35 years old. And 7 years ago, how old was I 7 years ago? I was 28 years old. I lost the love of my life to suicide. Yes. At 28 years old, I was married to a very good man. Very, very good man. I was married to a very good man. He was hardworking, very hardworking, very loving, very caring. I was really happy. Sadly, he had a mental illness. Specifically, the mental illness was called acute depressive psychosis. So he was suffering from depression, and unfortunately, the drugs did not help as much. We realized it when it was too late, and at first the antidepressants worked, but after the second relapse, the medicine did not work. And unfortunately, now this is what I saw. So I usually say what I saw, so that in case you see it in people you love, you do something about it. So one thing I saw is he could not sleep. So for a long period of time, he could not sleep. You would wake up in the middle of the night and you'll find him awake, and you'll ask him, why are you not asleep? I don't have sleep. And it went on for a long time. Then he started losing appetite. He is hungry, but he does not want to eat. And then he lost memory. I remember not once, not twice, I was asked, and who are you? So I'm here wondering, I've been married to you for, I was married early, very early. So I've been married to you for 10 years. Sisi ni wale tulikimbilia maisha tukidhani maisha inatuacha. Yeah, so I've been married to you for that long, and you're asking me who I am. So there was loss of memory and forgetting people that we love, including his children. And then he had feelings of guilt and shame. Feelings of guilt, feelings of shame, feelings of worthlessness that were not explicable. He could not explain why he felt like that. And then what else did I see? I saw lack of grooming. Like there are days he will wake up and say, I am not taking a shower today. And he would say, I am not getting out of bed. So you had planned the previous night to go to work, but you wake up in the morning and he's not going to work anymore. There are times he was really, really depressed. He could not eat. He could not take a shower. He could not get out of bed. So you try to open the curtains and no, please close the curtains, please close the curtains. Then he'll tell you, call TSC and tell them I have resigned, I am not going to work. So Madam Sophie here talked about a resignation from life, and you start giving away the gifts that are sentimental to you to other people. So there was that sense of resigning from life and then what else did I see? I saw him hearing voices that I could not hear and seeing things that I could not see. There are people who are coming for me, there are people who are coming for me. And I look around, there are no people. But according to him, there are people who are coming for him. One case in point, we were walking along the railway line, the one in Boy, and he was on sick leave, so he got tired and he sat on the railway line. Umeketi sasa tunangoja apumzike kidogo asimame tuendelee kutembea. And then a train is coming. You know the old trains, not the SGR, the old ones that make a lot of noise. So he seated on the railway line, and there is a train coming. So for me, I stood up and I left, hoping that you do the same thing because it's making noise. You can feel the rail, the vibration on the railway, and he just sat there. So I'm like, hey, train inakuja. It's like, which train? I'm looking and seeing a train making a lot of noise as it approaches, and it's like, where did mimi hata sioni hiyo train? Why are you telling me you're seeing a train? So I tried to pull him from the railway. He pulled himself back and akaniambia acha kunisumbua, mimi sikunaona nini, mimi hata sisikii hiyo train. What would you do? So thank God a certain couple came and they were speaking to each other and laughing, and I think he akashtuka akasimama, train ikapita. So what if the train went over him at that time? Would you believe if I told you he did not see a train or he did not hear a train? Would you believe? So for him, he was out of touch with reality. He could not see what we see. He could not hear what we hear. And so on our way back home, again, he sat on the railway line. It was around 7 and it was dark. And the same thing happened. Another train was coming from the opposite direction. So I stood again. It is 7 p.m. It was dark. You have to go home. You just went for a walk because he was in the house for a long time. You have to go home to get back home. And this time around, I don't know the miracles of God. Someone was walking on the road and he had a torch, a small torch. I think that light dazzled, and he stood up again. And he went home. So the experience of nursing a person who was mentally ill, those were the signs I saw. So I speak about something I saw and something I experienced, hoping that if you ever see those things in someone you love, you don't take it for granted. So the idea of suicidal ideation, I was just told once. I was told, leo lakini fikiria mambo yenye si ya kawaida. Umefikiria nini? I just thought about hurting myself. I did. Yeah, I thought about hurting myself, but I got out of the house. So that was the last time I was ever told about suicidal ideation. I was never told about it again. And for years, I have gone through the things in my house looking for a suicide note. I did not get in. So I didn't find a suicide note left. Yeah, and here we are, 7 years down the line. So when you hear me talking to you about what suicide can do to a family, here is exhibit number 1. It's been very, very difficult. One of the challenges you go through when you lose someone who dies by suicide is stigma. Stigma in Kiswahili is nyanyapaa. People assume I will transfer widowhood to death by association. So the friends you had cut their relationships. Your children in school are isolated. Other children don't want to play with them because their father died by suicide. By the way, we do not say commit suicide because suicide is not a crime. It's a sign of an illness. It's not a crime. So your children tell you, Mom, people don't play with us in school. Yeah, and my daughter was 3 years old, so you can imagine having to understand what really happened to her father was difficult. I still believe suicide is preventable because I feel had I learned about signs of mental illness early enough, maybe we would have sought medical attention early, and maybe the damage to the brain wouldn't have been severe. That's what I believe, and I don't know, maybe I would have caught something that I did not see. Maybe I would have seen a bye-bye that I did not see at the time. So normalize talking about it, because the people who go through these experiences, damu yao ni ya red kama yako. My blood is red. I'm just and if I did tell you, you wouldn't know, would you? We have piety. This one lost a loved one to suicide. It's not usually written in our heads. Sadly, it is something that can happen to any of us, and we just wish that the world would be one soul less of another suicide. So yeah, that is my story. There's a song I like called Story Yangu. Story Yangu, Story Yangu. Ebu rafiki nipe sikio, mimi nataka simulia. Story yangu, Story yangu. Ebu rafiki nipe sikio, mimi nataka simulia. So I have simuliaed my story. Who will be second? You may tell us about someone you know, a family member, or someone you heard about, or maybe yourself. You may have had suicidal ideation. I don't know. Yes. So, who is number? Oh, Madam Amina was number 1. She explained about her friend and the loss of our very, very good friend who sadly battled a mental illness called bipolar since she was 16 years old, and unfortunately she died in her early 40s. And for her, she says since she was 16, she had always had suicidal ideation. You can imagine the torture in her head since she was 16 until she died at her early 40s. So people who die by suicide are not less of human beings than us. It's just that sadly, unfortunately, life happens for them the way it does. So these are 2 stories we have given. Who cares to give us a third one? Story yangu, Story yangu. Historia Ebu rafiki nipe sikio, ninataka simulia story yangu. Ebu rafiki nipe sikio, ninataka simulia. No one wants to tell us about something they have seen, something they have heard, something they have experienced.
Something they have just learned now by listening.
Even Madam Sophie has explained. For her, she said she was in primary school and she saw a nature. So that's what we want to hear. Has it ever happened in your village, for example? And in your village, maybe you can tell us what really happened. Or at this specific instances, she has mentioned this was in Nairobi, that was in Tabita, this was in Voi. Are these the only places where people die by suicide? So please help us so that we can be a bit vulnerable. Anyone? Vulnerability is a strength, we have said. Anyone? Anyone? Do you want to be next? Please come. Thank you very much. You can use this.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, I'm Felix Biro Soda. My story is about suicide, they have said. It was very sad stories that I haven't seen. The story was about the married partners. Okay. Nimewambia walikuwa jirani, lakini ilikuwa story ya uchungu kabisa, ilikuwa inauma kila mtu. Venye tunajua kuna mgogoro wenye unaendelea tukio katika ndoa. But sana watu huchukulia ndoa kuwa kugombana kuwa kitu cha kawaida, ambayo ni kitu vile venye watu walichukulia hivyo. Ilikuja ikatokea jambo lenye ilikuja ikaudi ikafanya watu wakakuwa na huruma sana, kwa kuwa kulikuwa na wanandoa walikuwa wanabishania mambo na kuhusu tu watoto wa kwenda shule. Na about the husband, alikuwa mlevi na mwanamke hakuwa mlevi. Sasa huyu alikuwa anatoka, kulikuwa na mambo na school fees, walikuwa wanajaribu kugombana. Yani issue zao zilianza tu polepole, lakini mambo na school fees ndio ikaleta shida kabisa. Juu kulitokea mambo na school fees, huyu alipotoka huko ametoka kwa huko, tutaita mama pima ama tutahitaji. Sasa alikuja kama ameshaelewa chakari kabisa. Mama watoto akamuuliza, mbona uko hivi, mbona unatumia pesa hivi kila mara ingawa watoto wanafaa waende shule? Yeye hakutaka kumuelewa zaidi, akaanzisha vita. Vita yao ilikuwa ya mara kwa mara. Sasa watu wakaona mbona tuendelee kuwatanganisha kila mara, na ila mwanamke wake ukimtenganisha anaona ni kama wewe ndio mbaya zaidi. Sasa hiyo issue ilibidi sasa wakianza vita, unaenda na watanganisha, wanaacha tena wanaendelea hivyo. But siku moja haikuwa ile vita ya kawaida yenye tulishazoea kabisa. Juu tulishtukia vita yenye ilikuwa vita, kumbe ilikuwa vita mauano. Tulipata mwanaume, naweza make sure ati juu kulikuwa mwanaume, tulipata ule mwenye alikuwa ameenda kulewa kama the husband. After mwanamke kumletea maneno mingi mingi, alichukua kisu na kumdunga kisu. Juu hakuwa anaelewa ni kitu, sijui nitasema hakuwa anaelewa chenye anafanya ama sielewi kabisa. Ilikuwa usiku wa manane, kulikuwa alipotokea asubuhi tunapata yeye pia amekufa tayari. Na yeye alifanya kunywa sumu, sijui sasa sielewa hapo penye kulienda.
Any other person, please? I know we have seen these things. So
one of my classmates while I was in class 8, we went to school that day. He was also a neighbor. While we were at school, we spent the whole day together as friends, as classmates. Around 2 p.m. we were sent home for school fees. So as usual at school, sometimes there'll come a time you'll be sent home to go and remind your parents to pay the school fees.